If it could be saved, they call it the hill country. I call it home. But what will we call it when it's level and paved?
They're taken care of, so we can give it to someone else. So 5-day respite stay to Mark White. Okay, there we go. Congratulations. Well, as we close out our day today, we have one last speaker, Amy Killingsworth. And this is a very important service. In fact, we used this just recently with my uncle, who 2 weeks ago was moving from the house he had lived in for almost 60 years into a senior living community out in West Texas. And so we really used a service out there that helped him with relocation. And so Amy is with Just Ask, and she has had this business for 10 years and assists seniors from moving to their home into a new community. And I'm not going to steal her thunder. I want her to tell you all about the services and how this can benefit you. So let's welcome Amy.
Hello, everybody. They say the best for last. I'm Amy Killingsworth. My company is Just Ask, and I am an Okie, and my mom named me Amy Sue Killingsworth. So it's just, and it's just me. Occasionally, bear with me. I'm very nervous. I have been doing this 10 years. I started in Houston. My husband was in oil and gas. We've moved a lot. I am now in San Antonio and loving San Antonio very much. I wanted to thank you guys for coming too. As nervous as I am, you are a very good crowd to be looking out on, and you make my nerves a little bit, not so much. A question, how many of you have thought about downsizing? Mr. President? Big hands. Well, me too. There's several reasons for downsizing, but the two main ones are, right now for me, the main reason that I want to downsize is I'm tired of cleaning the house. And I tell my husband regularly, I think it's time to downsize. He goes, where are we going to put the kids? I said, there's hotels. The other reason for downsizing is maintenance and health. When your health is to the point that you just can't do everything, then it's, okay, now what? And that is one of the main things. When I move people, they come to me and it's, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to do. And that's where you have to make a plan. And that's where when I come in, one of the things that I've done is I started this, and it's, I care about seniors. I was fortunate enough, I had all 4 of my grandparents up through my 40s. So, and being raised on a ranch, you learn to you just have that family commitment. And bear with me, losing my train of thought. Literally losing my train of thought. You have to make a plan. One thing that you need to do is decide if you are moving because of health and maintenance on your home, is decide where you're going to go. And when you do go in and look at the space, kind of evaluate what you have. One of the things that I do is I go with my clients and I help them look and pick out where they want to be, what size apartment they want. A lot of times they're moving from 27 to 4,000 square feet into 1,100 or less. So what you have to do is you have to go in, and when I go with them into their homes, I listen to what they say. I watch them, I watch their body language. When they're walking through, and I had one gentleman that was a very dear friend of mine in Houston, and he was in the first stages of Alzheimer's. His wife was an artist, and I love this man with all my heart. And when I got the call that said, Amy, Sam needs to come in to memory care, it's like, okay. So we went through, and through his 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath house, he kept taking me back to this piece of art that his wife painted. That told me if nothing else went, that piece of art needed to go. And something else that I've realized is my husband has this thing that when I say that, he knows his world is not good, and that is, it'll work. That's like, oh no, we gotta redo. And the reason I'm bringing that up is I was fortunate that my grandfather bought my grandmother a baby grand piano on their 2nd wedding anniversary, and I was fortunate enough for it to be handed down to me. Now, when you have space, and I know in a lot of communities you don't have the space for a baby grand, but I have it out for that too. If anybody has that, I have actually taken care of that in the past. But if you have 2 tables, and I just use tables as a very generic thing, and I'm walking, and I know that they need a dining room table or they need a nook table, and I'm walking through, and they're saying, well, I say, okay, tell me about that table. Well, that we bought in Italy and had it shipped over on our 10th wedding anniversary. I'm like, wow, that is a gorgeous table. And then I see another table that would fit, maybe it's more aesthetically pretty, you know, it's better for the space as far as visual. And I said, well, okay, well now tell me about that one. You know, I hated that the minute we got it. I don't know why we bought it. I hated it. I don't know why I still have it. Well, guess what? We're taking the Italy table because the main thing that, and I tell all my clients is, keep things that make you smile. Keep things that warm your heart. You don't want things in your house that when you look at it, you think, ugh. And I have a client now that I'm working with, and I get this a lot too. What are you gonna let me keep? As if I'm the police on telling you gotta get rid of stuff. And that part of it hurts, that they think that somebody can come in and take their stuff. But my response is always, no, I am not here to take your stuff. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't keep. What I'm here to do is walk you through the process of let's see what we can take. Let's see what's important. Let's work. Am I doing something? Now see, now I've lost my train of thought. You want to keep things that have memories. I have and it doesn't matter how big it is or how small. My grandson made and y'all probably have them, I know you do, the grandkids, a little crayon in kindergarten. I cherish that thing. And it's in his room. How many of you have like rooms in your house just for your grandkids? And so that crayon is on that shelf, and I smile. It's just a little paper crayon, but I remember when he gave it to me, and that's what life's about. We need to smile and enjoy it. Now, when you're doing this, bear with me, get my notes mixed up. Where to start, and that is make a plan. In the body language. Don't rush. When I say downsizing, there's also, you kind of have to declutter in that downsizing process. And I've got this too, they say, where do I start? And I'll say, well, we can do this. And it's like, Amy, I just get too overwhelmed, and the door gets shut. Or more stuff is thrown into the room, and then the door is shut. And so you have to start, I always say, just take a deep breath, very deep breath, and don't rush. Do it in little spurts. You know, just go in and give yourself like 30 minutes. Start with a closet or a bedroom. I wouldn't start with a garage. I have had clients that do start with garages in July. I have done against my better judgment. And get help. Have somebody come and help you. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. And most people are gonna be more than happy. They're gonna see stuff they like that you're thinking you need to get rid of, and this is what my mother does, actually. I sure do like that. That sure would look good in my blah, blah, blah. Well, by that time, they're thinking, okay, go ahead, take it. So get help. Have people come in or at least one person come in and help you. Now, something else that you need to do is, and this is a really, really hard one, is don't get bogged down in the memories. One of the reasons, because when I go in and I pack, and I get everything done, I pack it, I unpack it, and they say, Amy, how do you do this? How do you do it? And you do it fast. And I say, because I don't have the memories. When I'm holding that book or that anything, I don't have the memories. I respect it. I respect that it does have memories, but I don't sit and look at it and remember when that piece, that art was done or that photograph was taken. So it's good to have someone with you that can keep you kind of on track. Again, the client that I'm working with right now, she has got, let's see, I've been packing her since May. She has got 4 generations of heirlooms that we're working with right now. And she keeps saying, I have too much. And I keep saying, it's all what you feel here. And I feel like I know all of her ancestors at this point. And I mean that with all respect, because, and her mother was one of those that, she wrote a story. She wrote a story on everything. I automatically now I'll pick it up, and it belonged to so-and-so. She was born on this date, and it was purchased at this location on this date. And she was a great historian. And now I've got to the part of what are you doing to keep. One of the things that after you do the downsizing is, I get this also. This is a question that took me back for a long time, but now it didn't. Is, what are you going to do with all my stuff now? Because they have left. They are gone. They have detached, and now it's mine. In their brain, it's your problem. You deal with it. And when I first started this business, that was a hard one because I did not know. And I'm a very emotional, family-oriented person, so I'm thinking, well, somebody's going to want this. So what has happened is, your number one thing that I try to get when clients say, what are you going to do with my stuff, is let's call family. Let's call family and let's see what family wants. Now, one of the things saying that is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the millennials, they don't want stuff. They don't know. They don't want it. They don't have room for it. Why are you keeping that? That was a very hard pill for me to swallow because I'm not like that. I'm like, it's good. You need to keep it. It has history. If you are fortunate enough to have family that wants some of your pieces, make sure that you do what my client's mother did and pass the story on. If you write it down, pass it with that piece so that, because you never know, like I keep hoping that one of my grandbabies is going to come and say, Nana, where did that come from? That, you know, like my piano. Another place that you can take the stuff is consignment shops. Now, how many of you have dealt with consignment shops? What I have found is they are very selective, and they have a 90-day limit, most of them do, and every 30 days it goes down on the price. The split roughly is 50-50, that can change. And if not sold in that 90-day period, you either have to pick it up or they donate it. So if it's something that that's fine, then go for it. I've had some pieces that have been worth taking to a consignment store. Another thing is estate sales and auctions. Estate sales are great. as far as you can walk away from it. A lot of times they'll come in and they'll actually, clean out the house and everything. And then you have auctions, and a lot of times the auctions will come in and just give you, there's two ways that they do it. They will either auction each piece off, or they will buy your lot, and then you just walk away with the check, and then they come get your stuff, and then they auction it off on their own time. And then it's a garage sale. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys, by the time you downsize, that garage sale does not fun. It looks time consuming, but it is another way to dispose of stuff. One of my favorite things to do is to donate. And donate to your churches. You'd be amazed, and especially with things the way they are right now, how many people need furniture, how many people need clothing. Your local and national charities, your Goodwill, your Salvation Army, homeless shelters. Homeless shelters are good. I had one client that I moved them into an assisted living, and then they wanted me to empty their house. And he was a borderline hoarder, but kind of not. He was just more of a, he saved everything, but it wasn't drastic. But what they did, I thought, no problem, I can get in and get out. It took me a year, because they are very meticulous in what they want. They were both veterans. They wanted everything to go to a specific place. They wanted paper to be recycled, aluminum to be recycled, anything medical. They wanted me to find a VA hospital that could take it. Books, they wanted me to find schools and call any education that could use these books. So it took me about a year. So there's several different avenues. Now, one of the things that was hard for me also to realize is that you have people that have spent, I've done it, say $1,000 on a piece of furniture in 1970. Well, they want to sell it, and they say pay $1,000 for it. And today you have so many people that are selling stuff. I have to say, okay, just be prepared. We're going to be lucky to get 100. Just be prepared, and that's when it's usually, or we can donate it, you can get the tax write-off. That's up to you. I need to hurry. The next thing that I know that was on the thing is decorating. And one of the things I learned when I was moving, I think it was Sam actually, is whenever you're moving somebody that has Alzheimer's or dementia, what you need to do is not what I did the first time. I like change. I like new stuff. Oh, don't do that to them. When you move them from their home into a community, into their new space, if their glasses are on the right side of the sink, then you put those glasses on the right side of the sink. Whatever side they sleep on, you keep them there. You mirror that home as much as you can to what they left to where they're going. That is so important, because they're already scared, they're already nervous, and they just want to feel like it's home. And that's it. Thank you guys for bearing with me.
Thank you, Amy. And I'll tell you, if you are looking to move a loved one, please come by and visit with Amy after we're dismissed, and she can give you more information. It is a very, very worthwhile service that we have used with her many times before. So that concludes our day, but before we go, I would be remiss if I did not thank our team at Sedalis. I literally did nothing in preparation for today. They did all the work, so I want to thank Michelle, I want to thank Tawana, Judy, Debbie, the entire team. There's a whole committee that helped put this together. And at Sedalis, our mission statement is to serve and make a difference in the lives of people every day. So I hope that we were able to do that with you today. And thank you for coming, and we will see you next year. Please go by the booths on your way out. Thank you so much.
Uncivilized pagans drank untreated water right out of our rivers back in their day. Now those streams bubble with